If your business is still under a million, this framework will help you hit that milestone. And if you have already passed million, this same system will push you into multi-million growth online. This framework has helped many businesses achieve their dream numbers. A UK property investment firm doubled their ROI in just 6 months, and an artificial grass company in London scaled from £6,600 per month to 136,000 per month, crossing 1.5 millions in a year. 20x growth during COVID when other businesses were shutting down. And the best part, we are sharing it here totally for free. So far in the DRS Framework series, we started with the first step, discovery, and we uncovered 3 golden W's, and these are what, who, and why. And we touched upon how you can uncover your why to build connection with your target audience and sell your product and service at 10x the price. We have also attached a free discovery handbook in the description below. Inside you will find practical exercise, templates, and key questions for every stage we have covered so far, helping you turn ideas into clear, actionable plan you can execute immediately to hit multi-million in revenue. Go grab it from the video description, follow along. So after the 3 golden W's, we moved into marketing discovery, where we showed how to find the right people, build trust, and turn their attention into sales. After that, we covered content discovery, giving you blueprint to create messaging that builds trust and drive action. And then we covered SEO discovery. That's how you get found everywhere your buyers are searching: Google, YouTube, even AI platforms like ChatGPT or Google AI Mode. If you skip those, go back and watch, because each steps build on the last one. So if you missed one, nothing will make sense here. I am Rahul Parashar, founder of Credofy Solutions. I left Accenture, one of the world's leading consulting firm, to start Credofy. Made mistakes, lost thousands, and then finally I hit my first million. Out of that journey came this 3-step DRS process built to help other business avoid the trial and errors. Now it's time for the next step in the discovery, and this is design discovery. So look, you can't rank on Google, run ads, and drive traffic, but if your design doesn't guide, engage, and convert, all that effort is wasted. That's why design discovery focuses on 5 core areas that turn your website from static brochure into a conversion engine. And these are, starting with number 1, we have perception. So imagine this is you and this is your target audience. So how do you want to be seen? Or how do people see you once they land on your website, your landing page, or your premises? And the second point that we are going to discuss is the emotion. How they feel when they interact with you. So we are going to talk about the feelings here. Then third is action. How would you nudge them to do what you want them to do on your premises, on your landing page? And fourth is consistency. How to make this experience feel seamless. And the fifth and the last point that we are going to talk here is how they assess. So does this really works for everyone and all devices? And to go beyond the theory, also in free discovery handbook linked in the description below, you will find a dedicated chapter on design discovery, which includes practical questions and simple exercises for each of these 5 core areas. Work through them to look closely at your brand, spot what needs fixing, and sharpen your design and message so your business can grow from where it is today towards multi-million dollar revenue. Make sure you download it now and follow along. So number 1, let's start with your brand perception. So look, design is the first handshake between you and your target audience. So before they read any single line on your website, they already have decided whether you feel premium, approachable, or trustworthy, or outdated, right? So that impression forms in less than 3 seconds. So before you jump into any colors, layouts, typography, take a pause and ask yourself, so do you want to be seen as premium, affordable, trustworthy, warm, tech forward, or disruptive? So these are the things that you need to answer before you start any sort of design discovery. So think, if my website is a person, how would you describe its personality. Do you want to be seen as confident, approachable, or innovative? So you can fill more adjectives here. As we are doing this as a design discovery, you need to list down how you want to be seen and how you want to be seen as a personality if you are a person, as we spoke about. And just as important, how do you not want to be seen? And here you can fill something like you don't want to be seen as outdated, cheap, or generic. So here's the thing, visitors make snap judgment under 3 seconds, as I said, right? So your design has to instantly tell who you are and what space you play in and how you want to be perceived by your target audience. So look at Apple. Every pixel screams premium, white space, bold imagery, clean typography. Nothing about it says cheap. It says this is the best design option and you are paying for that. Now look at IKEA. Totally different, approachable, affordable, and warm. The design makes you feel welcome, not intimidating. They are not competing with Apple's premium vibe. They are owning design for everyone. And that's the power of brand perception. The second someone lands on your site, your design has to lock the exact feeling you want to leave on your target audience. So if you don't control this feeling, they will decide for you, and you probably don't want to do that. To help you get this right, the Discovery Handbook includes a full brand perception section in the design discovery chapter with clear practical questions. Work through them and you will quickly lock in the exact impression you want every visitor to have. Which brings us to the second piece, which is emotion and logical journey. So look, great design isn't just about showing information. It's showing exactly how people feel and what they think at every step of their visit. So emotion is what triggers action, and it's the logic that reassure this action. So that is how people use logic to decide if they have taken the right action or not. So together they create the momentum. Think about in 3 stages. The first stage is your first impression that you make, and as we said, you make this first impression within 3 seconds. So here you need to drop your emotional anchor. So visitors decide, do they feel safe, curious, or excited when they land on your site, or will they bounce? But logic plays a role here too. Is the headline clear? Does the offer make sense? Do they immediately understand what you do? Miss them here and you lose them before they even scroll. And the second is your path to conversion. As more people dive deeper, then you have to drop your logical anchor. So your design isn't just guiding them structurally, it is guiding them logically as well as emotionally. So every element should cue both. So in logic, you have to show them proof, case studies, and show clarity from features and benefits, and reassurance from guarantees, comparison table, and transparent pricing. And here, emotions also play the role, because trust from testimonials, confidence from visuals, and excitement from compelling CTAs. It's not about moving someone through a funnel, so it's about creating the right feeling at the right moment and supporting it with the right evidence, so they choose to keep going. And the third is the after state. So once someone buys or sign ups or fill out a form, what do they walk away with? Is it relief or is it excitement? So relief is what you will be triggering some sort of a logic. So they will feel relief. Here they'll be using their logical brain, and in excitement they will be probably using their emotional state, or the sense of success, which belongs to both your emotional and logical. And that's the after conversion mix of logic and emotion is more powerful than most people think, because it shapes whether they will come back, recommend you, or disappear. Take Airbnb for example. From hero image you feel inspired, that is emotion, and while also seeing transparent pricing, reviews, and filters, they make sense of logic. That combined flow from inspiration to trust and rational validation that is happening over here. Finally, booking is also, that is what happening over here in the conversion phase. And then the sense of belonging is why their design converts so powerful. Now here is the key. This emotional plus logical flow isn't random. It's tied directly into moments of truth that every buyer experiences. And that's something we will break down further in the content strategy in the step 3 of the DRS framework. If you want to start right away, open the emotion section in the design discovery chapter and answer each question. It will help you design a journey that guides both feeling and logic from the very first click. But for now, remember this: design is your silent salesperson. If it doesn't guide both emotion and logic, it won't guide decision. And the third part is action. Here we'll look about user priorities and your conversion triggers. And it's the core design that has one job: to make the next step clear and effortless. So if visitors have to stop and think, you have already lost them. So first ask yourself, what's the number one action you want your users to take? Do you want them to book a call, or buy your product and service, or request a demo? And then comes your secondary action that you want them to take. And these are: maybe subscribe to your newsletters, download any guide, or maybe follow on your social media. So if your design doesn't spotlight those priorities, you are leaving money on the table. Now flip the lens. What frustrates these target audience? Is it slow site speed? Is it confusing menus or weak CTA? Because if you don't fix it, it will affect your sale to go down. So every one of those is a conversion killer. Friction doesn't just block action, it creates hesitation, and hesitation cost you sales. At times, friction can actually increase conversion if used strategically. Think of waitlist of sold out products. That triggers FOMO. So here is where conversion triggers comes in, and these are design choices that quietly reduce friction and nudge people towards saying yes. And now let's cover one by one. So these are sticky navigation. So they never felt lost, right? This sticky navigation will help them to kind of take action, and you can put all your primary action like book, call, buy now on your sticky navigation as a CTA. Then comes your floating CTAs. So I'm sure you might have seen lot of CTAs that are floating around on a website. When you scroll, they appear, they don't disappear. So these are again conversion boosters. So they might irritate you, but they bring in a lot of conversion. And the third is your trust banners. So they comes with all those guarantees, accreditation, and client logos. And then comes your progress bar. So that makes your long forms feel short, and it increases the chance of filling those lengthy contact forms. And then comes your AI chatbots. So they answer questions instantly. So one of our client, a property investment firm in UK, had a very beautiful site, but buried their book a consultation button, which is their primary action, at the very bottom of their service pages. We lifted it up and made it sticky and added a simple trust bar with FC accreditations and client results. Conversion jumped by 62% under 3 months without changing a single line of copy. That's the power of frictionless design. Look at Amazon product pages. They are not pretty in design magazine sense, but every single element is engineered to remove doubt and keep people moving. Whether it's a related product or people also bought recommendation, every element is designed to keep the shoppers moving forward. The buy button is above the fold. Reviews and ratings hit you immediately. FAQs are right there when objections creep in. That's not decoration. That's design as strategy. And here is a big one. Most people miss these micro interactions. So these micro interactions are nothing but your hover state, your confirmation messages. So this reassure users, yes, your click worked and we got your form. So it seems small, but it keeps momentum flowing instead of creating second guessing. So this is the real test of conversion designs. Every click should feel obvious, every step should feel easy, and every hesitation should be removed before it ever becomes a barrier. For a hand-on next step, open the action section in the design discovery chapter and work through each question. This will help you quickly uncover and fix all your conversion issues. In the step 3 of the DRS frameworks, we'll go deeper into design strategy to create a full conversion plan. The next step is making sure your site looks fully supported, the story you want visitor to see and trust, which takes us to the fourth part, which is consistency. And there we'll talk about the design elements. So now let's get practical. The actual look and feel of your website. This is where the small details either reinforce your brand or completely break the experience. Start with images. Do you want to use your real images or will you use stocks? So in real photography, you need to see, do you use your real team images, your product or customers, or would you be relying on generic images and stock images that feel staged? Real authentic visuals always win trust faster. And you need to decide what's the front and center, people, product, or lifestyle movements. Then comes your iconography. So here, do you want to use minimalistic icons or will you use modern icons, or will you be designing totally custom icons for your brand? So icons seem small, but they shape how professional or dated your design feels in seconds. Next up comes the motion and animation. So here, do you want to use the subtle animations that can make your site feel smooth and modern? Or will you use bold storytelling effect that can capture attention and emphasize your key message? But here is the golden rule. Motion should always enhance the experience, and you should make sure they are not distracting your users. And then comes your typography. So look, fonts have personality. Do you want to go with corporate, modern, or playful fonts? Your font choices instantly tell people whether you are button up or serious, or creative and approachable. See, it's not about one element. So it's about how these choices work together. And when your imagery, icons, motions, and animation and typography, these all are aligned, your brand tells a subconscious story of professionalism, and this builds credibility. And if all these clash, then you lose trust. And that's the essence here. This is where consistency is won or lost, and consistency is what builds subconscious trust. Which brings us to the last piece and the most overlooked: accessibility and performance. So here is the truth. A beautiful design that takes forever to load is the one that isn't usable by everyone. So it's not a good design, it's a liability. Your site should load fast, no matter if someone is using a high-end MacBook or a budget phone with a weak internet. Every extra second result into drop of 20% conversion. So speed is design. And then comes accessibility. Look, accessibility isn't just optional. Can people with vision, hearing, and mobility issues can still use your site easily? So let's start with vision. Use proper colors, contrast, scalable fonts, screen reader friendly code, semantic HTML, descriptive alt text, and captions for visual content. Let's talk about hearing. So here you need to add captions or transcripts for videos, visual indication for sound alerts, and avoid relying only on audio cues for instructions. Then let's talk about mobility. Ensure full keyword navigation, large tap-friendly buttons, form labels that don't require precision clicking, and compatibility with assistive devices like voice control or switch system. So these aren't just nice to have, but they can expand your audience, build trust, and even protect you from compliance issues. Look, performance and accessibility send a silent but powerful message. We respect your time and we respect all users. And that's brand trust at its core. So before you move on, make this practical. Open design discovery chapter in the free discovery handbook and answer the questions for all 5 parts: perception, emotion, action, consistency, and accessibility. This will help you spot gaps, tighten your message, and turn these ideas into an actionable design plan. Now let's pull it all together. Design isn't about looking pretty, it's about performance. And here is what great designs really does. So let's start with first. Perception shapes people how they see you in the first 3 seconds and sets the tone for everything that follows. Then comes emotion, guides visitors how they feel and think at each step, blending excitement with logical proofs so that they choose to act. Now comes action. This removes friction and use smart triggers to make every next step clear and effortless. Then the fourth is consistency. This aligns visual, fonts, iconography, typography, even motion and animation, so every page feels seamless and trustworthy. Finally, you have your accessibility and performance. So this delivers fast load time and full accessibility, proving you respect every user's time and needs. So if your design is not doing all this, it's not helping your business, it's holding it back. And you might rank on Google, run ads and create content, but if your design is broken, you are leaving money on the table every single day. And that's why in the next video, we are going to cover the final piece of the discovery: how to run a redesigned discovery without losing what's already working, drive conversions, and scale your business to make multi-million-dollar revenue online. So if you found this video valuable, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.